Welcome back to STL TV Live. I'm Sarah Bernard. Getting ahead with what you've got is just one of the many Money Smart topics discussed at this year's Money Smart Week. And back with me now is Suzanne Gellman. And Suzanne, we were just talking about the fact that Money Smart Week is a national effort during the month of April, and this year it starts April 20th for a week, to educate everyday consumers on financial topics.
Yes, we are trying to bring financial education to the forefront that week.
So what are some ways that St. Louisans can get involved with that and can learn some of these important topics?
So there's close to 200 programs and events being offered throughout the region that week, and they can do a shredding event, go to a shredding event. They can attend programs on anything from basic budgeting and credit to planning for college, estate planning. It runs the gamut. And
these classes or seminars are all free to the public?
The majority of them are free. I can't say every single one, but the majority of them are free.
Yeah, and they're easy to access, and I know we'll have the website information up on the screen soon. But so there's all these courses, and so people, we were talking in the last segment, when you're 22, when you're 45, when you're 55 and on, you have different financial questions.
Of course.
And different things that you need to be thinking about.
Life cycle.
Yeah, exactly. So beyond, in the last segment, we were talking about saving for retirement. What are some of the other big financial questions or issues that you see come up a lot?
I think just get people getting a handle on where their money's going and whether or not it's working for them and whether or not they're setting financial goals. Credit is also a big one. People still are not ordering their credit reports. They're not really understanding how credit scoring works. That's all still sort of a black box to them.
Right. Yeah, you don't really look at that necessarily until you're applying for a loan. And then you might not like what you hear.
Well,
but there's ways to change your credit report and to get better credit standing.
Absolutely.
And that's easy. And do you talk about that in your courses?
Yes, I'm not doing a particular program that week on credit, but I do have other programs where we absolutely talk about credit.
Now, what about estate planning? Is that something that's just for the rich, so to speak, or is it something that everyone needs to be thinking about and at what stage of life?
Everyone needs to start thinking about it, frankly, as soon as they turn 18, because part of estate planning turns out to be healthcare directives. And as soon as someone turns 18, they need to make a decision. If something happened, if they were in a car accident, if they needed someone to make healthcare decisions for them, who would that be? Because a parent does not automatically have the right to step in and make decisions for that child. Nor do they have the right. I've had people who've gone to college elsewhere, they got in an accident or had something happen, and the parents call the hospital and they don't have permission to get medical information about them. So those documents actually become crucial as soon as someone turns 18.
So how does one go about starting that process? Do you need to involve a lawyer? Is there...
Well, it depends. So healthcare directives are actually something you can get for free on the Attorney General's website, on the Missouri Bar website. We have them in our office. So those are things you actually don't need an attorney to do.
So it's a form,
right?
An agreement.
Several forms.
Okay.
Right. And if it's a power of attorney for healthcare, that needs to be notarized. If it's just a healthcare wishes, then that may not need to be. But in terms of doing other things like having a will or a trust or a power of attorney for financial matters, it is generally a good idea to get legal advice.
So what percentage of the population actually has healthcare directives and estate planning? Do you have any idea?
You know, I don't know about the healthcare directives. I think more than probably wills or trusts, because if you go in to get any medical procedures, they usually ask you to sign something. But in terms of will, years ago, the statistic I heard was less than 50% of the adult population had their estate planning documents. And you know, another issue tends to be that even if they did them once, it may have been 20 years ago and they're not up to date.
Exactly, right, but they go by what's written and dated. So what about insurance? Is that something that comes up a lot? How much insurance and what type of insurance?
Oh, absolutely. People tend to underbuy or not get disability insurance, yet it's much higher risk of being disabled during your working life than dying during your working life.
Yeah.
And then the difference between term and whole life or permanent insurance. Too much to go into today, but
right, there's a lot of topics. So we've just touched on a few of the topics that we can learn more about during Money Smart Week, and that's coming up this month. There's many, over 200 seminars and sessions that people can attend. All of it is on your website.
yes.
And so we encourage, and it's all times a day.
Yes, I mean, I'd recommend going to the Money Smart St. Louis .org website in terms of finding out the whole 200. The Extension website will have the programs that University of Missouri Extension is offering.
Okay, so that's more long range, and the other things going on later this summer and the fall, but specifically for this month, the Money Smart website is the place
Right.
to go to get information.
Right, and the programs we have this month will also be on the Extension website.
Okay, great. So there's lots of good information. We can't be ignorant on these topics. They're so important, and information is available to us. So coming up on STL TV Live, it's an outsider art fair, but you don't have to be an outsider to attend. We'll fill you in on this and much more when we return. Stay with us.